Welcome to another edition of Natural Recipes. It's so easy to add flavor right into your noodles. For pesto noodles, just get a cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of pesto, and an egg. So all you're going to do is put it all in a food processor. If you need to make your own pesto rather than buying store-bought, here's the recipe. Simply put it in a food processor, and if you want just plain noodles, forget about the pesto, here's the recipe for that. But all you're going to do is pulse it a few times until the mixture becomes a little bit crumbly. Once you have that crumbly blend, here's what it looks like. And just dust any surface with flour. Pour out the crumbly blend onto that surface, and then all you're going to do is mound it up into a ball. It's really quite simple. Then you're going to take that and cut it into 4 pieces. It just makes it easier to work with the 4 pieces when it comes to thinning out the dough. And just take one of those pieces of dough and flatten it out with your palm and start going through your pasta machine starting at setting 1. Now when you're going through, the first couple of times you should be folding that piece of dough in half and running it through again. This helps turn it from that crumbly consistency into more of a pasta noodle consistency. And do the same thing at setting number 2. If it gets a little sticky, just put a little bit of flour on the dough and then run it through again. Once you're on to setting 3 and 4 and 5, you won't need to keep folding it. You can just run it through twice per setting. And you can also make this without a machine, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a couple of minutes. And remember, you can experiment with different things to add to your pasta. One of the really nice things you can add as well is sun-dried tomato pesto, and you have a lovely flavor to your pasta noodle. So once you run it through to your final setting, this is what it's going to look like in terms of thickness. You'll be able to see your hand right through it. Now you just take that strip of pasta and put it through your machine at whatever cutting setting that you'd like. So I'm using a little bit thicker setting here, but once you've cut it all the way through, add a little bit of flour and mix it around so that it doesn't stick. And then I just put it on a towel and then finish the other 3 segments. So if you don't have a machine, here's how you can make pasta yourself. Just use a rolling pin or use a bottle that has something in it. I find the little bit heavier bottle with fluid in it works really well. Then just dust it once you've got it nice and thin and fold it several times, and then you'll be able to just simply take a knife and then cut the pieces to whatever width that you'd like. And then you've made your own homemade pasta without a pasta machine. So just cut them to the thickness that you like using the same method of dusting it with a little bit of flour after, kind of separating them out a little bit, and then putting them right on your towel. Now let's make something yummy. So for this one, I'm going to use a little bit of mushrooms and garlic. Make sure you start your water boiling because this is not going to take long at all. Fry the mushrooms and garlic up, add a little salt and pepper, and then once your pasta cooks, which only takes a few minutes, you're going to add it to that mushroom mixture and add a little bit of extra pesto or some steak or chicken, and it tastes unbelievable. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my new natural recipes.